The Russian military has launched a video campaign to lure more professional soldiers to fight in Ukraine, which challenges those interested to show they are a real man and swap what it casts as humdrum civilian life for the battlefield. The advertisement, which is set to ominous rock music, comes in response to accusations from Russian media and British military intelligence that Moscow is looking to strengthen its forces in Ukraine by recruiting up to 400,000 professional soldiers voluntarily. Major Russian social networking sites have already started to feature the advertisement. It opens with a man in a supermarket carrying a large machine gun while wearing a military outfit and asks men to sign a contract with the Russian Army Ministry for a pay that starts at 204,000 rubles, $2,495 per month. He is then shown instead in the uniform of a supermarket security guard with the question, "Is this the kind of defender you dreamed of becoming?" Next in the video, a man is walking through the fog with other soldiers on what looks like a battlefield. He is then shown as a gym instructor helping a client lift weights. "Is this really where your strength lies?" the video asks, before cutting to a taxi driver taking a client's fare who then transforms into a soldier on the battlefield. "You're a man. Be one," the ad concludes. Despite a recent initiative to introduce electronic call-up papers to crack down on draft dodgers, the authorities are downplaying the possibility of a second mobilization call after launching a partial mobilization drive in September that forced tens of thousands of Russian men to flee the country to avoid being drafted. Instead, they are looking to recruit volunteers. Across recent weeks, recruitment posters for professional troops have appeared across the Russian capital with the message, "Our profession is to defend the motherland." The army is reportedly recruiting for gunners, sappers, military medics, drivers, and tank commanders, and the posters advertise that they will offer potential recruits respect, an honorable profession, and decent pay. A quick snap is breaking across Danish news sources, citing the Ritza news agency, that Denmark, together with the Netherlands, is to donate 14 Leopard 2 tanks to Ukraine. The Zaporizhzhia nuclear power station in southern Ukraine, which Russia took over last year, will stop using nuclear fuel made in the U.S. as soon as feasible, a Russian official was reported as saying on Thursday by the Interfax news agency. Reuters states Renat Karka, a general director's advisor at the Russian nuclear energy company Rosneft, which is currently in charge of the occupied plant, told Interfax that there was enough fuel on hand to last for roughly 4 years. However, because it believes its own technologies to be superior, the Russian management would want to replace that fuel with Russian one as soon as feasible, he said. According to AFP, local officials said that a flare in the sky over the Ukrainian capital was produced by a satellite re-entering the atmosphere, but the U.S. Space Agency denied any involvement. This led to confusion and concern. A bright glow was observed over Kyiv around 10 p.m. local time, the head of Kyiv's military administration, Sergei Popko, wrote on Telegram. An air raid alert was activated, Popko said, but air defense was not in operation. Shortly after, the Ukrainian Air Force said the flash was related to the fall of a satellite/meteorite. But a NASA spokesperson denied this assessment, telling the AFP news agency that the satellite in question was still in orbit. The U.S. Space Agency had announced earlier this week that a retired 300-kilogram satellite would re-enter the atmosphere sometime on Wednesday. However, that re-entry has not yet occurred. No other NASA satellite re-entered the atmosphere earlier today, a NASA spokesperson told AFP.